Hi, I'm Cheryl, and for this assignment, I have chosen Nike's Dream Crazier ad starring Serena Williams, and I've chosen it because I think this is one of the more iconic advertisements that has resonated with me. So, right off the bat, this advertisement was directed at a female audience. They celebrated achievements of female athletes and highlighted the double standards that women faced in sports. It was narrated by Serena Williams, one of the most iconic athletes of our time, and featured Williams herself and other female athletes from different age groups across a diverse range of sports. I think it was momentous for Williams to be a part of this production because of her controversial defeat to Japanese tennis star Naomi Osaka in the US Open last year. Williams was penalized for 3 code violations, and she had called the umpire a liar and a thief for stealing a point from her, and she accused him of being prejudiced and sexist in his judgments and compared her treatment to her male counterparts. So using Williams's voice in this discussion of gender bias was particularly significant. Obviously, the advertisement was an accusation of gender inequality, so here's a transcript of the text. We can see that they used terms like dramatic, delusional, and irrational, and men would not be described using these words that hold such negative connotations, even if they were to react in the same way as female athletes. So by doing this, Nike empowered females in the sports world and redefined the word crazy and what it could mean, and it was a powerful message and a noble request for their audience to keep working for their goals even if someone else puts them down. I believe this advertisement was meant to do 3 things. 1, to celebrate women's success in sports, and secondly, encourage striving female athletes not to give up, and thirdly, on a more general scale, motivate and inspire the common, ordinary man who has a dream. I would say that the advertisement was crafted with the intention to go viral because of how relevant it was to the current socio-political state of the US. This theme of female empowerment was befitting because of the ongoing discussion of gender inequality in the United States, and not only on a national setting but also on a global scale because this advertisement was released on television during the Oscars, and it was also ahead of the Women's World Cup for soccer just earlier this year. By broadcasting it on TV during such a special event, Nike did 2 things. They sent a very straightforward and simple message to everyone watching that women in sports should be taken seriously. And secondly, they wanted to publicly broadcast their stand on this controversial debate and say that Nike supports women. So they made themselves vulnerable to backlash by politically aligning their company values with the women's fights in inequality issues. The ad went viral after its debut on Twitter and YouTube, and you can see here the amount of reach it has amassed. And according to MediaToolkit.com, a media monitoring and analytics tool, there was a general uptick in positive sentiments about the brand. I do have a question though, because it is rather interesting for me to see this giant behemoth of a company take sides so publicly, instead of remaining politically correct and staying out of the discussion so as not to offend anyone and make sure that their business goes on as usual. By doing this, they are taking a big risk by positioning themselves in the spotlight, where they could lose brand equity with customers that they already have, as we've seen in Colin Kaepernick's advertisement just last year. At the same time, Nike has been dominating conversations with their advertisements because they feature social issues and they pick a side, typically standing with the general consensus of the public. So did Nike produce such advertisements as a genuine gesture towards the cause that they believe in and the company values that they hold? Or was it simply a tool to spark discussion, conversation, generate more attention, and widen their customer base? Because while this was going on, the discussion of equal opportunity was really negatively received by some people when news was released of Nike's unethical and inhumane production processes.
So if they want to call you crazy, fine. Show them what crazy can do.